So let's figure out what we need. And how much money do I have? I got 11,000. We could use maybe new weapons. This is just full-on Diablo now. Alright. I'll leave that for later. Let's see. This is better. Tank attack speed, tank physical damage, party... Yeah, so that's better. I'll sell all unfavorited items. Let's see. Do I have... I have 2 level ups. So we don't have any more auras down here. Here's the party's nemesis damage, poison damage, ranger's crit chance, poison can crit. Some of these are good. Let's finish off rapid shot. How much does that increase it? That helps a lot. Let's see. I'll invest into that for starters. Okay, so what was I putting points into? I think I was putting points into this. Why is the effective auras not highlighted? I don't know. Doesn't matter. Okay, so let's go back to the Soul Quarter. Let's fight this sucker. He hurt. But that's it. Did I find any UI design that's confusing? I would like the bottom UI to be a bit smaller. These icons are very, very small and are kind of hard to read peripherally. The other thing I would say, kind of in the same vein, is I would love to actually have, like, numbers and such associated with each spell. Because it'd be very nice to see, like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm used to it now that I've been seeing it for a little while, but having that slight visual aid helps a lot. Also, I'd like to make the game full screen, because I don't think I can, which is really weird. Not a big deal, but would help. Because I'm currently playing in a window, and that's not bad, but playing games in a window, it just always feels really strange to me. Yeah, so let's farm him for a bit. I don't know if the gear is going to be as good, but he goes down very fast. So you should probably restart a couple of times. Let's see. I guess also, for convenience sake, I will be putting this up on YouTube later if you do want to refer to any and all of my feedback. Not that I have too much that's negative, it's mostly just kind of like small things that it's just like, yeah, it'd be kind of nice if this was this. But otherwise, I'm pretty positive about this. Normally for games as part of the Indie Game Lightning Round, I'm like, I'll just play this for like half an hour and see if it's any good. And it's rare for me to immediately just be like, midway through the first episode, no, I want to play a lot more of this. Because there's something just immediately satisfying about RPG management. This is everything I wish more clicker games were like. Honestly, as far as I'm concerned. I love the idea of clicker and, like, incremental games, but I find them to be so boring. There's nothing... Ooh, that's a new thing. What's this? Enigma. Heal power, healer physical damage, party nemesis damage. But it's good for Radiant Heal and Shadow Ripple. What about this one? Tank block chance, party maximum health, party fire resist. It's okay. The one thing I might want to actually consider is getting a really good bow at some point. But yeah, it feels like a clicker game, but it actually has, like, content. The different builds, the perks you put points into, it actually means something. Too often it's just like, this does bonus damage and stuff, and so, like, when I level up and I'm looking at that talent tree, I'm like, oh yeah, I actually kind of care about the various effects of these things. And yeah, we're still doing damage within the hundreds, as opposed to, like, hitting quadrillions in the first half hour. I think that was something that absolutely killed my enthusiasm for Clicker Heroes 2, is like, yeah, there's no, like, complexity to this game, and my numbers are already well past the point that I would ever hope to count. Okay. So maybe 2 more fights, and then we start moving on and up in the world. Because, yeah, this guy is practically no-brainer, except for hit the team heal and then click the fires when they go by. Oh, I wanted to check. I'm not entirely sure how the aura boost is supposed to be working. Because I'm supposed to have aura effect plus 5%, but I don't actually know if it's an additional 5% on top of the, like, 5% from the Vigor aura, or if it's 5% bonus of that 5%. Or if I just haven't figured out how to activate it properly. I don't know if it's a big deal. It's just one of those where I'm just like, was this worth investing into? And it's hard to feel the immediate effect. And so hence why I'd look at hope for the tooltip. But actually, maybe this would be too much work, but a verbose mode for a lot of these tooltips would be lovely. Like Nimble Aura Effect, attack speed increased. It'd be kind of nice if mousing over that actually just gave me, like, the full value. Probably not useful, but... But yeah, also, thank you for sending this along. I actually have... was not paying too much attention to the email when it came by. I was like, oh, this looks like good indie game lightning round stuff. I'm overloaded in good games, always. So, like, new game shows up, and I'm like, I'll throw it on the pile, add it on the poll, see how it goes, and the answer is, I should pay more attention to these. There's so many. Alright, let's go take a look at some of my equipment, because I bet we actually have some decent stuff here. Okay. So, there's that. If I want to go for Shadow Ripple. No, honestly, these are kind of bad. I'm gonna favorite this one. I don't know if I'm gonna use the Enigma anytime soon, but I'm gonna keep it around. Alright. Talent Room. So I gotta be level 36. Or 36 mastery points. And I'm at 21? I don't know. Okay. So Nimble Aura no longer reduces maximum mana. Yeah, why is it that Nimble Auras, these two are grayed out? Don't know. Oh, I'll start investing into the Regen Aura as well, because if that doesn't hold me back, that'd be lovely. I'll just invest in that. Okay, it aligns with the level of the talent. Oh! That makes sense, so you can't cheese it. And say, like, invest heavy into this. Thank you. I was actually really curious about that, because I couldn't quite figure out how it was supposed to work. Okay, so let's take a look at this. Ah, it's So we don't actually see the immediate bonus. Yeah, so I can pretty much just Nature's Gift my way through this guy real quick. Oop. Alright, we should probably start doing something more interesting than just fighting this guy over and over again. To go to the previous difficulty level and try and just rock our way through them. Might not be a bad idea. I just enjoy bullying the snap out of this guy. He can't deal. But he also does not drop very good gear, which is something I've been maybe not neglecting. Okay, so let's go back to Vault Entrance. Let's see. So we finished him off. You, level 3. Well, we're doing considerably more damage than we've been doing earlier. And he's not doing a whole lot of damage himself, actually. I think we may have overgrinded. Well, you know what? All things considered, I'm pretty cool with this. Now, we could worry about them, or we could just kind of keep wailing on the boss. Hey! Well, he was worth considerably less resources, though. Axe any good? Nah, it's okay. Yeah, let's clear these out. That way we never have to think about coming back for them. There's no such thing as overgrinding. There's only the Raffle Stomp. This is facts. This is true facts about the RPG character. I was talking to my brother earlier today about Skinner boxes, and this absolutely is one. Put time investment, get enjoyment. That's how it works. But I was talking to him very specifically about how, in his mind, leveling in games feels like it's... I'm not going to say irrelevant, but an outmoded concept where it's not always worth it. Specifically, I mean, I keep bringing up WoW here. And how WoW is actually going through a very heavy level squish. And he was wondering what my, perspective on that was. And I think I'm actually super positive for it. Mainly just because that game was too bloated. I think that's something I do appreciate about this game immediately, is that I am overgrinding here a little bit, but it doesn't really feel like I'm in a position where I needed to. That, you know, if I had a better immediate idea of, how to build myself, I could probably coast through a lot of this game within the first, X number of hours. I just like to overgrind for that slight boost. And so, I don't know, I guess... From my perspective, I kind of like it. I guess I'm kind of looking forward to that potential level squish. So I can maybe put some time into it and actually enjoy the game again. As opposed to being alright, time to just log my way to maximum levels slowly. And flexibility is the name of the game here. And it shows. Most games, when they give me a talent tree, it's 5 talents or something like that. Absolutely adore Eratus. It's a roguelike, came out last week. Hey, we got one of the angelic crystals finally. Disgaea effects. Kind of, yeah, except for my problem with Disgaea is that, there's not actually a whole lot of interior customization you can do with the characters. So if I wanted to... Oh, what is this one? Star Call. I might consider it. It's kind of expensive, but yeah, if I want to actually just start nuking things, that's an option. Here's you have to reincarnate 50 times. I'm aware. I've played almost all of the Disgaeas to the point of obsession. The problem is, like, you don't have this, like, crazy talent tree to really customize the characters. It's just kind of investing your reincarnation stat points and speccing your gear using the item world, but a lot of it just took so much time. Let's upgrade Nature's Gift. It's the one that I use the most. I did not notice how much that went up, but that's okay. It seems like that's the one I want to work, yeah. That's the one I should focus on, just because it's the one I make the most immediate use out of. Has Wonder played Wastelanders yet? I haven't. I have mixed feelings about Fallout 76. I think a lot of it just has to do with the fact that, like, I wanted it to be different, and it's not. And that gets to me. And so, like, yeah, I probably should give the new expansion update whatever a go. There's so many other new games for me to focus on. I love Ixior's design. He's just droopy jaw. Yeah, whoever came up with the pixel art for the bosses did a great job with it. But yeah, released unfinished. It's not even just that. It's that, like, I feel like Fallout 76 was made for no one. Which is probably weird to say, but, like, it's a game that is trying to appeal to a very broad base while also being at maximum profits for Bethesda. And I think that's what gets to me a little bit. Okay, we do have 1 point here. I need more regen. Oh. Maybe not. Okay, increase healing power by 50, all party members' health by 3%. Tanks and Berserkers' attacks have a chance to immediately dispel all spirit ritual effects on them. And deal heal power as fire damage to all enemies. Okay, that's not a bad idea. Party members' max health and dodge chance. Heal power by 50. Resistances. Level 1, your Renew can also critically heal. Spirit Ritual can critically... Ooh. And Star Call is damage. Let's go for Tranquility. That sounds really useful. Because she's absolutely going to destroy my my maximum mana, isn't she? Yep, she is. Right. I should probably get rid of that bleed. Yeah, she doesn't actually do enough damage to deal with my flat healing, so I think we're actually okay here. But no, I guess I'm still mildly personally hoping that Bethesda releases a standalone offline version that you can just set up your own server and play with friends. Not the Fallout First situation, but the, like, you're hosting your own server session for your friends. Fallout 76 might have worked if it hadn't used the Fallout name. I could actually I could agree with that. Oh, hey, we actually do enough damage to nearly fill me back up. That's handy. Because, like, I will admit, I would gladly pay a decent amount of money to have the option of hosting, like, my own Fallout 76 cluster. I guess, with mods and my own settings and whatnot. I'd be super down with that. But in its current state, nah. I gotta figure out how to actually use these. Let's see. There's an option to have your own server-ish. Kind of, yeah. Oh, Chaos Pillars now unlocked. Use the crystal to make enemies stronger, receive more rewards. Chaos Pillars in the dungeons will sometimes activate itself as well. Chaos Crystal at Hidden Havens also unlocked. Gain a small amount of Chaos Crystals every once in a while. When the game is closed. Huh. That's neat. Okay, so we're done with that. Let's go back to the Soul Quarter. What an ominous aura. Looks like the hidden zone of the vault, the Midnight Zone, is now active. Midnight Zone is a great place to challenge your party and acquire greater artifacts. The more bosses you defeat in each zone, the better the reward will be. Well, let's give it a go, I guess. Take on the challenge of facing a horde of bosses. The more bosses you defeat, the better the reward will be. I'm okay with this. But yeah, if I could personally host my own Fallout 76 server, yeah, 100% would be there. I'd play it often. We'd actually do like a... I would have like a private hench bots server with bells and whistles and all sorts of weird stuff going on. But just like as it currently stands, it's hard for me to justify it because it feels like I'd just be playing an MMO again. Let's see, the healer game, is it fun? It's pretty damn good. Like, beauty and simplicity, the overall gameplay for this game is... I feel like basic is wrong. The actual, like, moment-to-moment stuff is more just kind of mild management, watching numbers go up and down. The main difference is the talent management makes such a massive difference in how this game functions. I actually find it quite compelling, I guess. Like, I'd love to play a JRPG like this. Full length, you know, crazy story and everything, where you barely... Wait, why am I even doing this? You barely even control what your party is doing, but you're really focused on their build. Okay, good. It gets rid of the debuff. I was a little worried about that for a second. It's like, oh, we don't have to go into this with debuffs from previous bosses going, because that'd be rough. Simplistic, but not in a bad way. You aren't being overwhelmed with things to do or pay attention to. Yeah. Also, thank you, Fayblade, for the 10 bits. And how are you doing this lovely evening? Let's see. Well, like, I know Final Fantasy XII is kind of like that, with the idea of gambits and kind of building your characters. Which I found compelling, but I didn't find like there was quite enough depth there in the management. And like it'd be fun to just kind of stick characters at the enemy and kind of watch the fruits of your management take effect. So just had to walk your dog, 90-degree heat, 8 p.m. with crappy street lighting. Since he's still a puppy, not great. Oh, that sucks. I haven't been able to go outside much lately, which kind of blows. I'd like to do some night walks again. Maybe we'll do that tonight. I should probably switch games fairly soon. But I haven't actually, like... I don't think I've really felt the sun in 2 months. And I'm doing okay, but it feels weird. Probably wait a little bit. Probably just use Renew. What is the mana cast? Ooh, base mana on Renew is actually kind of pricey. Yeah, except for the tank, I really should probably just let the auto heals take care of them instead. No matter what, next house I buy, or buy rent, I'm 100% getting one with a bit of a backyard. I don't mind living in my current house, but there's definitely this feeling of absolute isolation. And I can't go outside into the backyard. I mean, maybe I can now. But we have too many neighbors with, like, kind of mean dogs. And it's kind of like, wait, is there no crystal? Uh-oh. Then again, from my experience... Okay, there's the crystal. I was worried about that. Ah, mana cost is doubled. Nice part is my auto heals honestly make Cepidus fairly easy. Up until she gets crystallized into being obscene, at which point things get dangerous again. Go for that. After, if you feel like you got enough healing, you can start optimizing it to damage, but don't invest too much. Yep. It's part of the reason why I haven't yet. I'd like to invest some of my equipment, more so than my talents, into damage, first and foremost. Alright, well, that's a decent amount of EXP. Alright, so we get epic body armor. So, tank HP, party HP, resist dodge chance. That's not bad. And then it's just Ixier's staff and a maximum skeleton sword. That makes sense. Alright, well, we already have a skeleton sword. It's just the slightly inferior version. I'd like to find a better bow, but I haven't found anything that really qualifies. So we have Ixior staff. Yeah, I'm just not feeling those. I guess we could try gambling for bows. Problem is, I think a lot of the bows are just going to be utter garbage out of this. That one's expensive. And the answer is... I mean, extra rapid shot levels. I wonder how that factors in. Yeah. Okay, so I got some points. I liked this one. I like this one. I'm gonna remove this. Let's go for the cooldown reduction. The more I can use Renew, the better. Let's take it down one more notch. So I can use Full Nimble Aura Mastery. How many points do I have? Let's just save points and get the regen aura. Get my maximum HP, my maximum mana back and going.